there. Some of this route running, I wanted to be a little bit crisper. That's what we talked about with him on Monday, trying to get those things cleaned up. And he's really going to help this football team this year. He's got a great attitude. He's a yes sir guy, worked hard. He's really helped some of the young guys. But I'm really, really happy where he is right now. hmm Well, he's got a script so every single day at practice. So he's basically going through a script. And if there's a young guy that's not in, a la Thomas Fedoni, James Carney, A.J. Rollins, those guys not in, he's coaching those guys up on the specific plays. So I have him engaged quite a bit. He takes our tests. He took our test, tight end test on Friday, was 100% on it. So I'm keeping him engaged as much as possible to get him ready to whenever he's ready to come back.
What do you expect just from Saturday? It's been a long time since you guys had a home game for fans. What do you expect that atmosphere to be like in that?
I expect it to be great, a great atmosphere like it always is. Playing here at the University of Nebraska, when I came here in 1997 as a coach at UCF, nothing has changed, and I expect to have the same atmosphere. Our kids coming home, I think it's going to energize our kids. Not that we need it right now. I think our kids, going to come out and perform well and really get this season off to the right start.
What do you remember about that time when you were here at UCF? Fordham will be experiencing that for the
Yeah.
first time. What stood out to you? What was unusual about the atmosphere?
Unbelievable fan base that came out and the hospitality that they extended to us as a visiting team. Obviously, during that time there, we were actually up at one point at halftime. So they basically applauded us coming off the field. And then, obviously we got beat pretty handily in the second half, and they applauded us also. That's just the hospitality and the fan base, the understanding of the importance of football, and the kids are out there on the field performing at their highest level, and the fans really appreciate that.
You had Xavier out there
hmm
How do you feel he did? Sort of, I guess, been a little guy.
Yeah. Well, Xavier's my guy back there. I know we went to Ramir back there also, but Xavier has done a great job throughout the camp. We just got to make sure he continues to focus in on catching the ball consistently at a consistent clip. But he's done a great job. I expect him to be the starter back there again this week, and we just got to do a little bit better job blocking it up front, which Coach Dawson is really harping on this week with our guys up there.
What made you the guy? What jumped out at the game?
His speed and the way he hits it. He catches the ball, and then he's hitting the seam at 100 miles an hour. And that's what you need as a kickoff return guy. I played with a great one, Sean Jefferson, who's played in the NFL for 13 years, and he's currently our Arizona Cardinals receivers coach. That was his forte. He would hit it, and Xavier reminds me of him. No slowdown in him, find a small crease and hit it. And I'm hoping that we'll get a couple of those this week so you guys can see Xavier best at his best.
The work you do recruiting in Georgia,
Mhm.
and with a guy like Gabe come in, he's the first player to demonstrate to start at running back,
Mhm.
freshman. I guess, did you see that when you were evaluating him out of Buford, and what did he do to win that job?
Well, his maturity stood out since day one, since he arrived here at University of Nebraska. His maturity, the attention to detail, and his work ethic. Now, everything he does, he's very attentive to getting better, and he studies the game, and that's credit to Coach Hale. He's done a great job with him as soon as he got in here, and he put it all together. Physicality, the only thing that we didn't know about how tough he would be in the spring, and he proved that in the spring and has proved it first game where he made some nice runs. He did some great jobs in protection, being able to pick up. It's tough for a young kid to come in and understand our scheme of things, offensively, running game, protection. It's a big role for him, and he's done a great job. He's only going to get better.
I know it's not an excuse for throwing the ball into,
Mhm.
when a returner sees a punter throw one at the half-yard line,
Mhm.
does that add to the mental challenge of going back there and not worrying about him doing that again?
No, I don't. You do your job. Your job is don't go past the 8. 5 is the minimum you can go into. so you don't field any balls inside the 5. We try to preach 8-yard line, so the punter for Illinois made a great kick. Ball hit on the 3. We shouldn't have fielded that one. It just happened to roll out on the 1. That's part of football. We got to do a better job as on our punt team to end up putting the ball in the end zone instead of putting it in the end zone or shorter the 20, put it inside the 5 also. So that was one of the things that Coach Dawson talked to and Coach Frost reiterated with our guys. We got to flip the field also in these situations too.
That's a huge difference, isn't it? I mean, you trade punts to open the game,
Yep.
but get a 26-yarder on one end and
Yep.
ball
Ball
on.
at the 1. That happens. That's football. Great job for Illinois' punter and punt team.
What's the tone for teams? Talk about that. If you mistake it, that may obviously shows the rules
Yep.
that you guys come alongside him and kind of encourage
Well-
him. Is it a harder tone, or how do you?
Well, coach has been on him. Obviously, he pointed out in front of the whole team, which head coaches do. He pointed out Adrian. He pointed out all the flaws that we had in the game. Every single player that had a flaw in the game, he pointed it out on Monday morning. So, we're in this business here to get guys to play better. And when they make a mistake, obviously we can't sugarcoat it. If we sugarcoat it, it's going to continue to happen. So hopefully Cam has made up his mind that he understands that he can't do that, and the guys Oliver Martin behind him can't do that. Brody Belt, whoever's behind him, they can't do that. It costs you game, costs you field position, and basically, that kind of set the mood a little bit differently for us throughout that game.
I remember your first year you guys back here, we talked about launch guys and launch plays.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a tough setback, right, what's the key to making sure guys are maintaining that love and that fun
Mhm.
and looseness, I guess, to some degree?
Well, football is tough during the week for all our players. We push them extremely hard. They got a rigorous schedule for us football, and then have classes, then they come back with us, then they have study hall. So it's tough for them during the week. Saturdays, game day is fun for them. And, we have a little bit of fun on Friday to kind of loosen them up a little bit. But it's work week pretty much from Monday to Thursday. We try to draw it down a little bit for them again on Friday. But there's a period there right at the end of that Friday practice where we try to bring them back to have that focus to get ready to go play. And then Saturdays, that's when they have their fun and make plays on offense, defense, special teams, and that's when they can have the joy of it, hitting other people throughout that game.